Hello, today we'll cover how you can export and import employees in bulk in your Kodaris system. This is very handy, for example, if you want to bulk manage and edit data on your existing employees, or maybe you want to import all your employee records from a different system into Kodaris. Whatever that may be, we'll go ahead and cover how you can do that here in Kodaris. So as you can see, I am signed into the operations portal on this Kodaris system, and then I have went to the operations section on the side here and chosen employees. And then once you do that, you'll see a list of all the employees in the system. We have 23 here. And here we can see all the information about my employees. So first we'll cover exporting employees. So if you want to export the list of employees from your system, what you can do is come over here to File and then Export. And then keep in mind that when you do export, it will export what you have filtered here. So for example, I have already applied a filter. I want only employees that have last names. You can apply any filters that you want, and then the export will include the filtered records. You can also choose to export all employees by just leaving the filters blank, which will give you all the employees in the system. So let's go ahead and export the file. I'll call it employees export, and we'll go ahead and click save. And as you can see, it has downloaded the sheet to my computer. Now I could open up that export in whatever I want to use, for example, Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. I'm going to go ahead and open it in Google Sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and click Import, then Browse, and select my export that I just exported, and then choose to import data. And here is our exported employees. Now let's cover how you can import employees. So let's say I have some new employees. Maybe I exported them from a different system and I would want to import them here. What we'll want to do first is create a spreadsheet that has the column headers that Kodaris expects. So I'll use this exported sheet that I just exported from Kodaris, and it has the column headers that we'll need to import. So let me clear out these rows because I'm going to actually be importing new employees. Go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to want to import the username of my employees, which should be a valid email address. And then I'm going to also choose to import first name, last name, and the roles or permissions that the employee should have. So I'm not actually going to import these columns. I don't have any data for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete. And now let's enter our employees here. Obviously, for demo purposes, I'm going to manually enter the information into this sheet. But if you exported from an existing system, all you'd have to do is change your header names from your other system to match the Kodaris headers, and then import that sheet in. So let's go ahead and add our employees here. I'm going to import John at Kodaris.com. His first name is John, last name is Smith, and I'm going to add another column here with the header of roles. Now you can use this column to specify which permissions this employee should have when they sign in to the operations portal. John should only be able to view customers, so I'm going to go ahead and assign him the customer view permission. The role here should match whatever's set up in your Kodaris system. So for example, if I open this employee roles screen, it will show all the possible permissions that you could assign to a new employee. You'll want to make sure that whatever permission you're entering in your sheet does match one of these roles. And as we can see, if I filter on customer, customer view is a valid permission in the Kodaris system, and it would grant John access to view customer user accounts on this screen here. So let's hop back to our sheet and continue to enter our roles. So I'm going to add Jane next, Jane at Kodaris.com. And I'm going to assign 2 permissions to Jane here. She will be allowed to see customers and also products. So if you're assigning multiple roles to an employee, you'll want to separate them by a comma. So I've just done that here. And now once we import Jane here, she'll be able to see customers and products. And finally, let's add our last user, Will at Kodaris.com. He is actually an accountant, so we are going to give him the accountant role. And I'm good with this sheet. These are the only employees I want to import. Obviously, in a real life scenario, you probably have a lot more users to import. If I only had 3, I would just probably want to manually add them in the operations portal. However, we're demonstrating the bulk option just in case you have way more users that you want to import. Let's go ahead and name this file. And download it as a CSV. And let's go ahead and head back over to the operations portal here, and we are still on the employee screen, and now we'll actually choose to import. So we'll head over to File, choose Import, and then I know that I want to only create new employees. I'm not actually updating any existing employees. If you had employees in your sheet that already existed in the Kodaris system, and you wanted to update values on them, you could choose Create and Update. And for any new employees in your sheet, it would create them, and for any existing ones, it would simply update. Similarly, you can choose Create Only if you only want to create new records, and Update Only if you only want to update existing employees. I'm going to go ahead and choose Create Only, and choose my import, and then choose Open. And as we can see down here, it says your import file has been queued. Imports are batched and will complete based on how large your file is. So this one should only take a few minutes since this is relatively small. And we'll also get an email confirmation once it's been imported. So let's wait a few minutes here, and then we should see our new employees in the system. Alright, it's been a minute or two, and if we scroll down to the bottom here, we can see that our new employees have been added to the system. And for example, if we go to the details for John, we can see his information here, and if we select roles, we see that his customer view role has indeed been assigned. We could also check our other employees as well. As we can see, we assigned 2 roles to Jane, and she does have them here. Now, these employees are active and have their roles assigned. They can go ahead and set their password and sign in. And that covers import and export. Thanks.